Hi. Um, Hopefully you remember me. My name is Mr. Schneider. I'm your civics teacher. Again, I apologize for missing the last 4 days. I've been home with my two children who have had the flu. I will be back on Tuesday. But I wanted to go ahead and go over the 3 study guides I assigned. Look, I realize this is not the best way to teach this unit. Obviously, I wish I would have been there the last 4 days, but life happens. So, I'm going to try to make it as easy as I can for you guys. As you know, the tests open up on Monday, but I'll see you on Tuesday and Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So if you have questions and stuff, we can go over them then. All right, so let's go ahead and start off with the judicial question review. The judicial function is exercised in a dual court system, which consists of state and federal courts. Remember, we talked about the parallel court system. Federal courts get their organization and jurisdiction from the U.S. Constitution and federal laws. The federal court system includes the Supreme Court, the U.S. Supreme Court, the U.S. Court of Appeals, and U.S. District Court. Cases in these federal courts are decided by justices or judges, but not juries. That's the Supreme Court and the U.S. Court of Appeals. Then obviously the one that has judges with juries is the U.S. District Court. Federal court that has both appellate and limited original jurisdiction is the Supreme Court. The one that only has appellate jurisdiction is the Court of Appeals, and only original jurisdiction is the U.S. District Court. Original jurisdiction is the first court to hear a case. Appellate jurisdiction is the court that is appealed to. So if I'm in the U.S. District Court, I'm found guilty of something, I want to appeal it, I would appeal that up to the U.S. Court of Appeals. It's like if you get in trouble with your father and you think your mother would give you a better punishment or less of a punishment, you go appeal to your mother. Okay? Don't tell your parents I said that. Each state has its own court system derived from its state's constitution. Our courts, the Virginia court system, the Virginia court system has 5 different levels. The highest is the Virginia Supreme Court, the Virginia Court of Appeals, our circuit courts, and the General District Court, and included General District Court are Juvenile and Domestic Relations Court. If you are tried by a judge and jury, that would be the circuit court. The court that hears misdemeanors and small civil cases, the General District Court. Court that hears felony cases is the circuit court. Judicial review. Judicial review is the Supreme Courts of the United States and Virginia can determine the constitutionality of laws and executive acts. So Virginia would be the governor's acts, U.S. would be the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court case that established the power of judicial review was Marbury versus Madison. The supreme law of the land is the U.S. Constitution. In Virginia, state laws must conform to the Virginia and the United States Constitution. Courts resolve 2 kinds of legal conflicts, either civil or criminal. Procedures in a criminal case. A person accused of the crime may be arrested if there's probable cause. Probable cause is the police have a reason to arrest you. They saw you commit a crime. They have done research or they've collected evidence against you. You're either sent to jail or you are allowed to pay bail to get out. It goes to an arraignment or probable cause is reviewed. You're appointed a lawyer if you don't have one. And then you say you plead either guilty or not guilty. If you plead not guilty, then it is moved on to a trial. And if you are found guilty at the trial, you may appeal your verdict. If you are found not guilty in your trial, you can't be tried again for that same crime because of double jeopardy. So after the arrest, the person may be released on bail. Again, you can be arrested if the police have probable cause. Arraignment, the defendant may be appointed an attorney and plea is entered. In a civil case, courts settle a dispute between 2 parties, disagreements, to recover damages or receive compensation money. If you are the plaintiff, you file a complaint. Civil cases can be heard by either a judge or jury, and civil cases can be appealed. Please watch this. If you have questions, let me know. And like I said, again, we'll go over these again on Tuesday. So that's the judicial review. In a moment, I'll go ahead and do the executive quest review.